Welcome to podcast number 44. The sun is setting in Chicago, and I'm about to start my podcast. So, welcome, y'all. Jose on the south side of Chicago. Guys, my last podcast was like over a year ago. And like 11 months ago. I was just listening to it the other day. So, boy, oh boy, we have got a lot to talk about. So, let's just recap for everybody who's new. Hi, my name is Jose Rojas. I am the founder of Beyond Food Market. And if you guys are wondering what Beyond Food Market is, Beyond Food Market is an idea of mine to bring healthy food, algae friendly, gluten free, plant based foods into underserved communities of Chicago and eventually America. Um, right now, I'm kind of torn if I should put like horizontal this way, full screen, or this way, because TikTok is starting to push the horizontal, and I started coming away from it. Anyway, let's go back to let's go back to who I am. So, Beyond Food Market is an idea of mine to bring healthy food into underserved communities. I graduated from DePaul University in 2004 with a degree in computer graphics and animation. And I dropped 90 pounds. On my 90-pound weight loss journey, I my mom's in the other room doing her live on her TikTok. So I have no idea where I was at. So welcome, y'all. And this is me documenting the journey of trying to create a company while sleeping on my mom's floor or her couch. And for the past year, I haven't really I don't think I've done a really good job documenting the last year. And the crazy part is like last year almost is probably like the best so far. So let me get a stand here. Hold on. So hi, if you're new here, my name's Jose, and this is me documenting the journey of starting a company while sleeping on my mom's couch. So let me let my dogs in. My mom is on her live, and she's just literally so freaking loud. I'm gonna go walk my dogs and then come back. So let's get into it. I pressed pause. I was gonna take my dogs on a walk, then my mom stopped her live. So here we are again. Hope you guys can hear me. I usually have a microphone, but it's kind of like an impromptu podcast. Again, I'm not gonna edit this. It's gonna be a straight. Whatever happens, that's what's happening. That's what we're gonna hear. I can't press pause, but yeah, it is what it is. Here we go. So this is my journey, and it started for when I heard Gary Vaynerchuk, and he would speak about, and he has a thesis called. Hold on, this thing's not crooked. Thing is crooked. Kind of. He lives with, basically it's a thesis on three things: kindness, empathy, giving with no expectation in return. So those are the three things he lives by: giving no expectation in return. And so that's basically what I started Beyond Food Market. My whole vision is to just give what I know to underserved communities and help others, and that's what I'm doing. I have, I guess let's just jump into it. It's been 11 months since we did our last podcast. So I think we were at 170,000 followers on TikTok. Right now we're at 193,000 followers. Again, I'm just listening to Gary Vaynerchuk. He's always preaching TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. I'm becoming a better content creator. I know last time we talked about becoming a content creator, and literally, dude, like I have to become like, I feel like it's not like I have to become, but it's like almost like I feel like content creators just record themselves. When they record themselves, they're just different. Like there's something about a content creator, and I think it's at capturing that essence of what a content creator is kind of what I'm trying to get. And every day I just trying to become better and better. And speaking about listening to Gary Vaynerchuk is like, go on live, go on live, go on live. And I've been going live, every day for quite some time. And I remember when I first started going lives, like when TikTok was first crazy, it was like 100 people, 200 people, just coming to the stream, just live, boom, boom. comment. And then it kind of just started just dwindling down. And there's times where I would have like 10 people on the live, you know, and I would just have a live. And just every day I just started doing it and doing it and more and more and more and more. And now TikTok is just really popping. And I wanted to show you guys something. I don't know if you guys can see this, but now you guys are following this journey, right? This is just me, a regular fucking dude, posting videos, trying to start a company from posting on TikTok. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but see that? It says these are our live. When we go our live, these are our live streams. When I go live stream on TikTok, it says 379.6 thousand total views. Now that might be a total of maybe 525,000, 550,000. Yeah, maybe 550,000 unique viewers. I think total views is like they'll come back in and out. But that's still a big number. 3,000 new followers, 63,000.4 diamonds, which converts to money. And I mean, and this is in 28 days. 28 days, those are the numbers of 28 days. Let's see what 60 days looks like. I give you everything. Okay, for the last 60 days, this is it. Take a screenshot if you want. That's a screenshot. These are the metrics. These are live metrics. Total views 1.3 million. Total new followers 5.9 thousand, almost 6,000. Diamonds 93,000. Total hours 155 hours. So that is in 60 days. So yeah, putting in work, but just again, it's just another part of just listening to Gary Vaynerchuk. Like, it's serendipitous because Gary started saying like go on live, and I'm like, fuck, I'm on live. I'm like, maybe I should go more on live. And people are sending gifts now, getting a lot more gifts. Like, we literally, dude, like that's our live 1.3 million in 60 days total views. Like do you guys remember when I first started posting on here about TikTok like years ago, and just saying I'm gonna get on TikTok because Gary Vaynerchuk said get on TikTok and LinkedIn? LinkedIn, I haven't really done much with LinkedIn. I just feel like a little bit to me, it's kind of like I feel like a piece, like I'm doing shit. I'm doing nothing, for LinkedIn. I feel like I should be doing stuff for LinkedIn. Like, maybe I should really put more effort in LinkedIn. I probably should, because I mean, well, you know what? For this whole 11 months, I haven't really documented what we've been doing. I haven't documented nothing. It's kind of like, and I feel like I fucked up because I should have been documented. Even when nothing's happening, I should be documented. I feel like nothing's happening, but man, this year is pretty popping. So let's talk about this year. We just talked about the lives. The lives are good. Even when we do like, and then if you go to like just video views, 2.1 million. Look at this one. In the last 60 days, 2.1 million views on the live, 1.3 million. That's almost like 3 million. Like, I don't even know what the number was. Yeah, it was 765. So, for that 60 days. So yeah, so it's 1.3 million. So 1.3 million. So we got the video views and the live views. So just on those two, like, just for like me being like, dude, do you guys remember me starting this? Like, just for being like, I'm looking at these numbers. There's an M after it. I'm like, what the fuck? There's 3 million total views. Like, that's phenomenal. Like, isn't that crazy? Just hearing that number, I'm like, what the fuck? And we hit 100, and we got 193,000 followers. So that means the last time we talked about that was probably like 170. So we probably put it on about 23,000 in about 11 months, which is maybe like 2,000 a month, right? Whatever that math is. And, just like just seeing these numbers and just like, like, wow, it's it's still like it blows my mind. And I still haven't really figured out how to leverage this. But what I am doing is I'm giving away free meal plans and guides. So let's talk about that. So let's jump into the podcast. I don't know. Again, you're watching the journey of me. My name's Jose. I have self-diagnosed ADHD, and I just document my journey. And like I said, I didn't do well documenting the last 11 months because I feel like nothing's really happening. But let's talk about when nothing has happened. I just wrote this down the other day. I feel like even though I'm not moving forward, I feel like I'm just in a flight pattern, just coming around, going around the airport, just going in a circle. I feel like this is giving me an opportunity to kind of like look at business people, see what's happening. Like I get an opportunity to just look at what's happening, like my mentors, David Meltzer, Gary Vaynerchuk, and what they're talking about, like social media, influencers, business. One of the guys I started following, Alex Hermosi. I like what he talks about for business, and just seeing how they're being successful, and it gives me an opportunity to really think about how I will implement this company, understanding what it takes for these companies to succeed, and I get to actually see it. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is like because it hasn't happened, it's okay because now it gives me the opportunity to study and see what's successful, see how to treat people, see how the law of attraction works. And I feel like everything is just about to fall into place in one fell swoop. And it's I'm just going to take it off and again, I'm following the law of attraction and this is what I see. This is my vision. It's going to happen. So that just takes off of me talking about my vision, law of attraction. And again, you guys remember the last podcast, I was talking about law of attraction, just giving it all up. And even though I feel like I still put in work, like I gotta put in some work. I still feel like I'm trying to really I am doing the law of attraction. I'm just letting it go and just saying it's gonna happen because that's how they say you have to do it. So this is what we're doing. So let's continue with this podcast. Again, this podcast is no edit. It's just a live, just straight through. And I wrote down some stuff we want to talk about that's been happening in the last 11 months. I don't even know where to take off, but oh, let me fix my hair. I think I'm gonna start with like I have no running clothes anymore. Dude, I literally have no clothes. Like I literally wear the same. I remember somebody commented on one of my videos, Jose with his the shirt. Can't forget the shirt. So people literally see me wearing. Like I gotta start switching it up. I gotta start getting different more clothes. Like go to Salvation Army or something. And like I haven't bought like jeans for like years. Dude, I haven't bought clothes in years. It's just crazy. I found some donated clothing, and my sister bought me an outfit. We'll talk about that soon. And I just talked about our live streams. Um, so even people comment on my TikTok videos or whatever. I did roofing this summer, and my hands got fucking stained, and so many fucking comments on my nails. But I was like, fuck it. I just kept posting videos. I didn't care. I was like, I'm just gonna keep posting videos and whatever. Again, I just thinking about Gary Vaynerchuk, just putting in the work, just being in the dirt, as he says, and just remembering his talking about how he would bring out wine to his friend's BMW, and how they would look at him and he'd be like, "It's all right, it's all right, I'm coming." So that's kind of how I feel sometimes when I'm doing this. I'm like, "It's all right, it's okay," because everybody who's like successful, they speak about doing work, putting in work, law of attraction, aligning, having good intention. So all these things I've done. So when you've done the work, it's inevitable. So that's how I feel moving forward in everything. So law of attraction probably goes. We spoke, yes. So we spoke about the law of attraction, law of the universe, and And somebody messaged me and it meant taught me about I'm still learning. Yeah, so I'm always constantly learning. It's one thing that I have to remember on this journey, even though I've come to a certain point, there's always stuff to learn, always new things to incorporate, always new things to just take in and use and become a better version of yourself. So I'm always learning. Sometimes when I write these notes, I don't really remember what they were about. So let's talk about big news here. So by this time we were like 180,000 followers, right? And there's this company that we had tried their honey called Melly Bio. It was the world's first honey, real honey made without bees. And it was called Melody. And I remember reaching out to him years ago, say, "Hey, could I try a sample?" Me and my mom tried a sample. I really, because I was early on my journey of becoming a content creator, so I didn't know what to really do with this new product, but and I kind of still don't. But fast forward, they finally started gonna release it, and I reached out again one more time. I said, "Yo, bro, I know you're gonna be launching soon. I have an idea because this idea came to me in my head. Okay, this idea came in my head. Using this honey, this is the world's first honey made without bumblebees. He says it's 98% identical to real honey without using bees in the process. Now, why is that something cool, something new? Well, a couple of reasons. So, this guy Darko and his co-founder, I forgot the co-founder, but he was the one that fermented this thing. And anyway, it's a team. So they had an idea for honey because they realized that in the honey business, he was working in the honey business for many years. He said that these bees, they come from England. They're English bees, and they come to America or wherever, other countries, and they just go into these areas and take the food of the indigenous bees. And so the biodiversity of American bees is being disrupted by the honey industry because they send all these bees to these communities. So the biodiversity is dying off. So his thought was like, well, I want to change that. And so he's like, how can I create real honey without the use of bees? And so they created a fermentation process. So they perfected it and they started doing mass quantities. And I reached out to him. I said, dude, I have an idea. Because I had heard them on the first podcast when I first heard about them years ago, like on Elizabeth Alfano's the Plant Based Hour. She does a podcast on LinkedIn. She has movers and shakers there. And I was listening to the podcast and they were on there. And I reached out to them. And I was like, bro, can I try it? And I tried it. And then I reached out again, like, I know you're going to be doing mass quantity. I've got an idea. Because on the first podcast, they were talking about there's so many products that you can make with honey that there's a big market. And I was like, yeah, there is. And I thought at that time, I was like, what if we make gluten-free vegan honey bread? And so it came to a point where they were going to start really pushing it. They started becoming a company. I was like, all right, let me ask. I'm like, hey, man, can I please use your honey to launch the world's first allergy-friendly, true vegan beeless honey bread? First ever beeless honey gluten-free bread. And I was like, that's a great idea. I reached out to him. He's like, yeah. Me and him went back and forth with some messages. And he's like, yeah, bro, I'll send it to you. And the dude, he sent it to me like real fast. I was like, what the fuck? And then I went crazy into like, I reached out to my friend. I reached out to a buddy of mine. Like, hey man, I know you mess around and do baking bread in the kitchen. You fuck around with it as a hobby. He's like, could you help me? He's like, well, I'm kind of busy. I've got other projects. I'm like, all right. But he did a little research. He's like, you know what? They have egg. A lot of these gluten-free breads have egg. And I was like, egg? And then I remembered I had reached out to another company like a couple years ago too called Zero Egg. And their egg was amazing. So I was like, fuck, maybe I can reach out to this company. So I reached out to this company. And then I was like, okay, I've got the vegan honey and I got a zero egg. So I got an egg substitute. I can make the most amazing fucking bread. And I'm like, that's what I got to do. I got to make the most fucking amazing bread. It's, and vegans are going to want it. And the reason is because a lot of vegans don't want to fuck with anything that fucks with bees. So if those who don't know, honey is actually the bees' food. It's their food. We take their food. And that's why some people don't like it. And not to mention the other parts, the other part where the other bees are getting the biodiversity's just coming down. So, oh, this is a great fucking product. So I started making fucking samples. I was like, I'm gonna fucking just submit my idea to, um, th- what is that? It's this really high end posh market in California. Um, hold on, Air
Here's the
One.
definition of one. The
Oh,
lowest
I was about to look. I was about to look into it, but it was Air One, and I submitted on their product page. And dude, they started asking all these questions like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, I don't even have the recipe or nothing. I just wanted to see if there was a fucking, if there was a grab, if there was somebody that wanted to hook it. They're like, "Yeah, Jose, go ahead, submit it there. Let us know if you have any issues." And I never got back to them. I was like, "Fuck." I was like, "All right, well." That's an option. I got a lot to do to fucking submit it there. So I really started doing some social media, and I came across like I think their son that he's on social media. I was like, maybe I could just DM him. But again, I never got back to him because here's what happened. So I had all the ingredients, the just egg, the zero egg. It took a while to get to the just egg, but I finally got it. I got the zero egg. It's zero egg, not just egg. It's zero egg, but they're very similar. They're liquid. But this one made out of not beans, out of I totally forgot. But it's really good. It's one of my favorites. And it took some while. So at the time I was like looking at ingredients. He tried some bread. He made a bread. He said it was okay. And then finally I got all the ingredients and I was like, okay, let's start making it. And then I started making it and that was took a few months. So that was like, I don't even know when it started, like May, June, July, April, maybe April. And then I started making all these samples. I was running through all these samples and I recorded the videos and then my phone died out and I couldn't post the videos. And then my phone got fixed and I didn't post any videos. And it's like a big, like a part of me on my TikTok where I'm like, okay, guys, I'm going to be launching my world's first vegan bread. And then I stopped posting all videos about it. So I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even post any videos about me making the bread. And now it's like 7 months later. I mean, it's literally like 8 months later. What happened is I had made like eight, seven, eight, nine samples of bread and they all failed. And you know what's crazy? I was going to use artificial intelligence. I was like, hey, ChatGPT, create me recipes for bread. And they spit some out. And the first ones I made, and they didn't come out like bread. I was like, man, I got to make sandwich bread. They were really good recipes, though. They tasted amazing. And then I started making the breads, and they just didn't working out. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then I had to use psyllium husk. And then I had to start studying about fucking bread and how it's reacting. And then I had to use yeast. And I was like, what the fuck? And it was like a whole process. And now I'm learning to be a fucking baker. And then I got really close on one of my shots. It came out really fucking close. Like I'm talking like real fucking close. Like I was like, holy fuck, this is it. It tasted amazing. And I was using hemp protein. And then the next thing you know, I just segued the whole fucking recipe. I just fucking, instead of trying to tweak it, I just started all over again. I don't know if I purposely did it on purpose, but the next recipe after that came out like a fucking rock. And I was like, what the fuck? So then I fucking was like, I'm going to go buy a bread maker. So I did research on bread maker. And then I came across this lady talking about bread and how she makes bread all the time. And she recommended this Hamilton Beach bread maker. So I went to Amazon because our lives started popping and I got money from the lives. And oh, no, check this out. You're not even going to believe this. So I've been doing the law of attraction and I was like trying to manifest money to fix my phone because it had the recipes in there, the videos, the HTC One right here. And by the way, I did fix it. But when I put the screen back on, I put my thumbprint right on the camera, right where the glass is. And then the fingerprint doesn't work down here. So I got to clean it. I got to take it off, re-put it back on, but it does work. Anyway, and except for that thumbprint, I wonder if I should have checked that first. Maybe it doesn't work. Now I can't return it because it's been so fucking long. Maybe I'll take off the thumbprint. Anyway, so I was asking for money for that to fix it and get a bread maker because I was like, I kept fucking up with the bread. And lo and behold, I was used to go on a bike ride, and one time my bike was fucked up, so I started taking the elevator. I took the elevator, and I was going to take the elevator down, and as I took I jumped on the elevator. There was $300 cash on the elevator. Bam, right there, just there in a pile. I was like, "What the fuck?" I literally grabbed it, stepped off the elevator, put it in my pocket, and then I just rode home, put it in the bank, got the money to get a screen for my phone, and I actually got another screen for this phone, and bought the bread maker, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna let the law of attraction send me the recipe. I'm trying too hard to make this bread thing work. I've gotta let the law of attraction bring me the recipe. I'm not gonna worry about it, and it's just literally been in the back of my head. I'm like, kind of, I guess a little piece of me is kind of like, when is that bread recipe gonna come? When is it gonna like magically come to me? Or when is that inspired action be like, Jose, make the fucking bread? And so as me waiting, what happened is our refrigerator died out, our freezer went out. Now, mind you, I had two, two other shots at making the bread because I had used up the zero egg I used up. All the breads tasted amazing. All the breads tasted amazing. All the breads were fucking incredible. I was like, this is fucking a game changer. It's literally a game changing bread. It's gonna be fucking spectacular. So I couldn't make the bread. Let's see, where was I? I was at the bread machine. Anyway, hold on. Where the fuck was I? So I had two samples left of the zero egg. I had two samples left of the zero egg, and then the freezer goes down because I've been waiting for me because I was like, okay, I have two shots to make this work, and then I'm gonna just once I can nail this recipe, then I can go try and you know sell the idea like Whole Foods or Air One because I have the recipe, but the fridge doing out. Now I got no fucking egg. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I got fucking one last bit of honey left. Um, I'm like, and I don't have anything. So then I reached out to Whole Foods. Some of the buyers, like I found on LinkedIn, I'm like, hey man, can you show me where can I go? I even called the Whole Foods too. Like, can I talk to your buyer? And so nothing's coming to works. And so that's what's happening with that idea. I was like, that was the idea. I had an idea. They started going good. And now they're selling it in stores. The company's selling, and I still haven't even posted the video of me unboxing it from like months ago. I was the first one in the country to have it. I was the first one in the country to have it. And I still haven't even posted that video. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Jose, what the fuck? First one in the country to have it. Anyway, so what's going to happen with the bread? I don't know, because now I'm trying to just see if somebody would reach back to me and be like, yeah, Jose, we'd love to to have a sample. Then I can reach out to Zero Egg and be like, hey man, can you send me some more? That's kind of like in my head. But anyway, law of attraction says just feel it's there. So I'm just thinking about being in the stores. It's in the stores, in the stores. This bread is in the stores. Beyond B-list. The Beyond B-list bread. That sounds pretty good. Has a good ring to it. Beyond B-list bread. I like what do they call it? Liturgy, when you go three in a row, or liturgy. Anyway, so that's what happened with the bread. That was to happen this year. So here we are. You guys just found out about the bread, and let's see what else we're gonna talk about. Again, as you know me, I just make notes here. Podcast. Let's see. Talk about the bread, law of attraction. Yep, that's the idea. We're trying to post to LinkedIn. I haven't really posted to LinkedIn. I posted to LinkedIn. The last thing I posted to LinkedIn was about the bread, and I finally got the zero egg. That's it. I didn't post all these fucking fuck ups, and I think I didn't post it because I didn't want anybody to see me fucking up. But that's what you want. That's what the people want to see. They want to see the fuck ups. And now that I got my phone finally fixed, I still haven't posted the videos. What the fuck? So I gotta post some videos. And so sometimes, let's talk about what I was gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about next. So sometimes I forget what I've accomplished so far. It's like I just keep putting my head down. But the other day I looked up and I was like, holy shit, Jose, you got so freak. You got so you got to yeah. So let's talk about my past accomplishments that I really don't talk about or look at. So let's talk about Beyond Food Mark and what we've accomplished so far. So one of the first things that I got accomplished was being interviewed by Lakeview Food Pantry, Food Bank, and they put me on their YouTube channel. They did a story on me, which was very exciting, and I got to share my story, and that was really cool. That was one of the very first accomplishments I got. The next accomplishment I think I got was going to, yeah, I pitched for two. I pitched two pitches. I pitched for two pitches, one for 50,000 and one for 40,000. So the one for 40,000 was Tech Rise in Chicago. So I pitched it, and I really didn't know, dude. Like I had this really good mentor for Tech Rise, and she helped me tremendously, kind of like whittle down my idea and just package it. So shout out to you, Miss Wrigley, and she yeah. So the first pitch, I bombed it, like legit, fucking bombed it. So I was on TikTok at the time, and I had another channel, and I started posting like, I'm ready for the next pitch, and Dave Meltzer. I was following David Meltzer, and I had applied to be on his pitch. Yeah, wait, did we even get on? Did I even cover that? Did I ever cover? Did we cover this on the last? Guys, I don't know if you know this, but I pitched for Tech Rise 40,000, and I blew it, and then I've been doing a lot of manifesting for David Meltzer, and I applied to be on his show called 2 Minute Drill, and they reached out to me last year. I don't even know if I told you guys, but they reached out to me and they're like, Jose, we'd love for you to pitch on 2 Minute Drill. I was like, for 50,000. I was like, fuck yeah. And like, I'm ready. I'm fucking so ready. I'm ready. Because I got trained from the first pitch. And like, I'm ready. You know what? I don't know if I told you guys this, but I blew the first pitch at Hope. Operation Hope is for black entrepreneurs, or not black, for entrepreneurship in the south side of Chicago. And while I was there, we pitched to some people that had connections, set some money, and I blew that pitch. And then I went to Tech Rise, and I blew that pitch because I really didn't know what this was. It was an idea of me trying to bring healthy food into underserved communities. That's what this is. That's what Beyond Food Market is. So then after this one, I was like, I'm ready. So I go on Dave Meltzer's 2 Minute Drill. I get on there, and next thing you know, I totally blink out. I hear myself speaking. I'm having an out of body experience. I'm like right here, listening to myself speak. I'm like, what the fuck? And hold on. So, after that, all the judges were really kind, and they were kind of like nice, and they said nothing but kind things, only kind things. But I totally blew it. So then, and that happened this year too. That happened, I don't know when, but if I didn't tell you, now I did. Hold on, boy. Hold on. My dog wants to go on a walk, so I'm not trying to make this quick. So I gotta start documenting the journey, and so yeah, I think I talked about being a content creator. Going to start documenting. I'm posting on TikTok, streaming, creating live. So moderate. Oh, also, guys, so guys, good news. I started coaching. I reached out to some people earlier because I was gonna start making free meal plans. So as my mentors always say, give everything away for free. So I started making a bunch of meal plans with help of ChatGPT, artificial intelligence. And I talked to the one lady, my first client. We talked to her. She dropped weight, but then she went off the deep end and she ended up being in the hospital. So she went back into getting better. And then I started working with another lady, and she dropped like 40 pounds in 30 days. Changed her whole life. And then I just started giving my meal plans away. And people are losing weight, getting fit, changing their life. It's fucking amazing. Like, it's miraculous. People, I'm starting to get messages all the time like, Jose, you're changing lives. Jose, you changed my life. Jose, I'm eating better because of you. All positive things coming through my email, through my messages. I'm like, man, this is fucking amazing. This is some good shit. And again, it's just giving without expectation in return. Law of attraction, it's better to give than it is to receive. My mom got her first TikTok account, and she can go live now. I don't know if I told you guys, but my mom got her own TikTok now, and she can go live, and she's just loving it. So check this out. Also, this year, again, you know how I'm always manifesting Dave Meltzer. Think about Dave Meltzer. He's really one of the big mentors because of law of attraction. So this summer he was having dinner at the baseball card show here in Illinois, in Chicago, suburb Rosemont, and I was like, man, I would love to go see him. So I was like, I'm gonna manifest this. I'm gonna manifest this shit. I'm gonna manifest to go see him. So his assistant reaches out to me. He's like, would you like to go? I'm like, man, I'd love to. I'm gonna manifest it. That's what it was. He reached out to me and said, I'm gonna manifest it. He's like, all right. So then I reached back to him and said, hey man, I got this big ass fucking poster of Michael Jordan. Would he trade dinner for this poster? He's like, no, but he'll do it for $500. So I told my sister, I'm like, hey, would you let me borrow $500? I can go have dinner with my mentor. She's like, okay. She lets me borrow $500. Bam, I buy the ticket. She gives me money to buy an outfit. I go buy an outfit. I get all done up. I get fucking fixed. I get ready to go, and I take off. And it's like 7 o'clock, and I missed a stop. Then I had to come back. Then the guy was like, here, just go back in. Anyway, that's a long story, but I finally made it to the restaurant, which is a very high end restaurant, and it looked really good. And I walked in there. I said, hey Dave, good to meet you. And as soon as I saw him, he said, hey, give me a hug. And I gave him a hug, and we hugged it out. And I was like, all right, cool. I gave him a hug. And then I sit down. Like I just like I don't know what to do. It's a restaurant, kind of like in a secret room, like a back room, not secret, but in a special room. And I was like, all right, I just found a place to sit. I just sat down, and he started talking, and he started talking. Next thing you know, David sits right next to me. Sits right next to me. I got to shoot the shit with him the whole fucking night. He sits right next to me. Like, yeah, Jose, I feel energy. I felt your energy, and that's why I sat next to you. And I'm like, man, fuck yeah, dude. How cool is that? I'm like, that's definitely fucking, law of attraction type energy. Because you guys know that's what I've been trying to do. Fucking do law of attraction. So that means I'm on the right path. If Dave Meltzer fucking felt it. So I was like, dope. And I got to shoot the shit with him the whole time. And the restaurant had an amazing gluten-free and vegan menu with special accommodations. I mean, it was literally amazing. So having dinner, that was good. We got to shoot the shit. Literally, dude, it was like, it's like we just were shooting the shit. Like he was showing me mentors. He's like, he had his phone. He's like, I'm like, oh my god, you know Joel Osteen? He goes, I'm like, oh my god, you know Sadhguru? He just kept just showing me pictures. He's like, here's my house. He was showing me pictures of his house in San Diego, talking, just shooting. What do they call it? I don't know, talking soup, talking kitchen. I don't know. There's a saying where anyway. But it was fucking amazing. I got to shoot the whole shit with him the whole night. And then when we were leaving, I was like, I finished my food, had a great dinner with him. He was speaking. And after dinner, I used to use the bathroom. And guess who I met? Marshall Falk, greatest show on turf. What up, Marshall? Pleasure meeting you that day. And so then I'm like, I'm going to leave, Dave. I'm like, he's talking to people. I'm like, I'm taking off. I'm done eating. What am I going to do fucking there, And you know what's crazy? Imagine if I didn't sit and talk with him. I'd be like, $500 to just sit here and just say hi to him. Anyway, but it was just so fortunate that he sat next to me and we just talked. And so, Dave, I'm leaving. He goes, all right, hey, give me a hug. And he asked for another hug. And I was like, oh, cool, dope. And I also met another guy there. He was pretty interesting. And anyway, it's just like the energy in the room, the conversations that were being had in this room was a whole different atmosphere, a whole different energy, entrepreneurship, elevation, positivity, just all like just positive. It just felt, you could literally feel a different vibration in the fucking room. That's how good it was. So again, and this is my journey. This is my journey, guys. So I guess that's really what happened this year. We just went on these we did pitched, just going on TikTok. I use literally, I'm putting all my emphasis on TikTok. Like everything's on TikTok. Everything betting the farm on TikTok. Literally betting the farm on TikTok. And so that's the journey. You guys are I'm documenting the journey of what it's like. And right now for this last 11 months, it's just been me making content, growing my platform. Again, I'm hoping to leverage this somehow one day to leverage it. I mean, we're getting views. I'm getting like 3 million views. Like yeah, sure these top creators get 3 million views on one video. I get it. But for a just a regular dude, like dude, that seems like it's just amazing. So I guess that's going to be our podcast today. Um, Again, let me see if I can recap if anything's new. We talked about I don't even know what we talked about, but just weren't just yeah. I talked about everything I needed to talk about. Talk about Gary V. Did I tell you guys that he liked my tweet? I don't know if I told you guys, but I had posted a tweet saying Gary, we hit 3 million likes, and I got 190,000 followers because of you, or whatever I said. And he tweeted he liked it. He liked my tweet, so that's pretty dope. Again, just following this journey, just listening to Gary Vaynerchuk, and just every day become a better content creator. That's all I really do. Try to study content creation, try to study how they're doing it, and just watch the edits and just try to recreate. And that's just what I'm doing. And one day this is gonna happen because it's law of attraction. It's law of attraction. So stay tuned for this, guys. We started from nothing. We started from zero. Start from zero. November 2018 was our first video on YouTube talking about documenting the journey. So it is now 5 years later, and here we are. I feel like I'm speaking better on camera. Going on live has really helped me go on live and just speak. And so I guess it's gonna be our live. I thought I did so much more this year, but again, it's just me putting content up, helping people. A lot of people are losing weight on these meal plans, so that's kind of cool and dope. I feel like I should be. Let me think of something. Hold on. Oh, guys, I totally forgot to tell you about this. So our lives are pretty freaking lit. We literally get like 8 to 10,000 people that come through our stream every night, and moderators. Something I didn't think I was gonna be worried about. Moderators. So what are moderators? Moderators are people that kind of keep the live stream smooth, block people, mute people, and just like having. Hold on, boy. So the whole moderator, like I didn't have nothing new idea. Like I used to just give moderator positions away, but like you're a moderator, you're a moderator. People that would just hang out, and then it became like kind of like like people were like kind of abusing it, like blocking people, muting people, just saying mean stuff. And I had let one moderator go, and she like it was a lot of drama. She's like, oh, I love you and everything, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I had to like I would get more moderators, and they would just do crazy shit. And I'm like, you're all right. You can't be a moderator no more. You can't be a moderator. People are just blocking people. I'm like, you can't be a moderator. And it became like something I had to work. I had to think about. Like I had to have conversations about moderators. And I was like, what the fuck? And also this year, and so that's been kind of interesting. Just understanding like there's a whole different perspective on moderators. And the biggest thing I've got to tell you guys, I was speaking to a female this year. Like in summertime, when we did our meet and greet, we did a meet and greet. In the summertime, I was talking to a female, but it just ended up being nothing. Nothing came of it. It was it was just me spending time, wasting time, kind of, and just conversing daily with this person, having great conversations. But it eventually led to nothing. And I guess I'm not trying to gloss over that, but it was just something that I just didn't even talk about right now. It's something I want to talk about. I guess maybe the next post or something else we'll talk about it more. But it was just something that it kind of like kept took me off of my focus a little bit. So I think that what that experience has helped me is to just stay focused, to stay focused. I have to stay focused and to not let anything distract me because that was kind of a distraction. So I think that has now given me better insight to be more focused, and that's what I'm gonna be focused on more on Beyond Food Market and starting this journey. And also, my mom has an idea. She started an idea of creating the world's first elote to go in a cup and gluten free and vegan. So we've been talking to companies. I've been helping her with that. So we stick around for that. That's gonna go launching too. We got a couple projects we're working on. So who knows what can happen, guys? It can all happen in one fell swoop. I feel like this is about to happen. So that is Beyond Food Market again, guys. Literally, you guys. My journey is just making content every day. That's all I do, because you just keep hearing Gary Vaynerchuk make content, make content, make content, and that's what I'm doing. Because one day I'm gonna be able to leverage this following for good, and I'm excited for what's gonna happen, guys. I'm so excited. Keep on following this journey. I know I haven't posted since 11 months, but hopefully this got you all caught up on Beyond Food Market. And the reason I want to do this is because I changed my life, dropped 90 pounds, and changed my life by eating better. And I know that it can help others. It is helping others. It is. So I'm 100% confident about this. And thanks for watching the podcast 44, if I'm not mistaken. So appreciate you guys. If you guys are longtime followers, that's my update. Again, I'm still sleeping on my mom's couch. Our lives. Oh, I'm making some money on my lives now. People are sending me gifts. I can buy shit. I can buy food with this money. I can buy things that I want. Usually it's just food, but I was also able to buy not that, but flower, tree. So thank you guys for out there. And I stopped riding a bike to focus more on TikTok and making guides and resources for people. People love the resource. People love the guides. People are like, here's money. They give me money. Like, here's money for putting out the guides. I mean, it's not like crazy buku money where I'm like, I'm living fucking large, but it's money where I can use to buy food. And again, guys, building community. Building community is what I'm trying to do. And I have a Discord channel as well. I'm on every platform. Yeah, so if you're new to this is your first time listening to this podcast, it's just me with an idea to bring healthy food into underserved communities, because I graduated from DePaul University, in 2004 with a degree in computer graphics and animation, and I designed a box that I feel can securely vend healthy food into underserved communities, and that's what these communities are asking for nutritious food. And so that's what this is. So that is Beyond Food Market. That's going to be our podcast for today. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. When will I have another podcast? Who knows? Maybe next week, maybe not. I don't know, but I hope I got everything that I wanted to cover. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. And this is my journey. So guys, thank you so much. Keep on following. Let's see if we can make this dream, make this vision a reality. And it will, because we follow the law of attraction and Abraham Hicks. So guys, thanks so much for joining me. See you soon. Peace and love.